Hey viewers, and welcome to this episode of a new series called My Experience With. So today I'm going to talk about my experience with having crushes throughout school. So this all started back in elementary school. I wasn't in the same mindset as the traditional cooties thing. I didn't believe that about girls. So I basically I had this attraction, to some girls throughout even elementary school. But there was one particular girl that kind of caught my attention throughout later years of elementary school. And I never made a move, but I guess, come on, it's elementary school. Like, anybody's gonna make a move, but there was dating going on, which I was surprised at. So that one wasn't so serious, So there's also when we reach middle school, that's when it gets a little more serious. And there was this one girl I met in 6th grade, and I was pretty attracted, I have to say. I sat right next to her in an English class. The way I had flirted or whatever, not even flirting, what I was doing was just so negative, and it didn't bring off the right thing, and it wasn't good. Unfortunately, there was a guy that sat next to her, and so that kind of made me like a little jealous, I guess. So whenever they were talking, I was always kind of like, what are they talking about, How can I get into the conversation? And so I remember it was only a couple of months into 6th grade where I was really like, yeah, and I want to tell this girl that I like her. And so it was the middle of math class, and I just got this whole rise of anxiety. I'm like, man, maybe I should tell her. And so I finally got the courage, I guess, to tell her. And needless to say, the reaction wasn't what I had thought. It was more like she processed it, and then she just turned around to tell her friend, and that was that. I mean, at that time, I couldn't really read body language. I mean, there's a couple times she looked my way, and I don't know, she smiled, or I don't know, she was looking in my direction. I have no idea. But there was only one time that was small. I think other times, I don't know. I'm not really good at this relationship stuff and reading people. Yeah, I just remember even the guy that sat next to her, even he knew that there was something up, right? He knew that I was like, fiending right there. But yeah, so, and then I just noticed she was definitely dating a lot of other guys, even like middle school, man. Middle school drama right there. That's what every middle schooler has, right? Drama. And so yeah, I always throughout middle school was like looking, she was in the class anyways. And just seeing her with like other guys, and I don't know, just you sit back there and you're like, man, I wish that could be me. And you start to question, like, why don't they want me? There's some, I don't know, it runs through your head, especially at that time, right? You're like 13, 14, you're crushing and stuff. But yeah, so I just never knew what to say, I definitely portrayed myself as pretty awkward. And so that wasn't really very well. And of course 7th grade was a break because I never had her in my classes. So, I was looking at another girl in math class. And I don't know, there was a little change in myself during that year, but I felt like I was kind of flirty, I have to say. I felt like I had my game up or whatever, And I don't know if she likes me back. I have no idea. But I don't know if smiling is a good thing, but I don't know. But after that, I never talked to her again. I just felt really awkward because I'm like, But I think now, since I've grown up, I'm 18, so, that stuff is just past me. I can say hi now. But, yeah. And so, the less you have someone in your class, the less, your eyes just start to wander. It's kind of like my thoughts, When you, like, I realize this, like, let's say you see a girl, and your eyes catch her, but then after a while you start to habituate. You start to realize, oh yeah, that's just a normal person. But then someone else comes in and you're focusing on another person. Girls, there's like spotlights or something like that. Alright, and so, I don't know, it hit me in 7th grade where I was just looking around a lot, you know, I got really distracted. And, yeah, I just got really distracted by what was around me, you know. At that time, I guess, you know, people grow up, and I don't know why people wear the clothes that they do, but they're really showing off, if you know what I mean. And so, that was really distracting, you know. And so, yeah, by 8th grade, there was this girl that I had in my math class. So I don't know, I couldn't focus on math at all. It was like, math what? The whole class, I was just so distracted by the girls around me. I just couldn't focus at all. I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. It was almost like, it was a sense of escapism, I think. I was like, maybe if I focus on something else, then I won't have to, you know, stress about other things. But, yeah, I was just super distracted. And of course there's other guys that were eyeing for her, if you know what I mean, you know. I remember talking with this guy, and he was just like, he's like, he wants to hit on that or something like that, I don't know. But, yeah, you know, I might have had that idea, you know, there's like some sort of parallel universe where, I don't know, I just watch it pass, you know. And then, so once I reached high school, it was a whole different arena, and I think my mindset was like, you know, I just want to focus on school. I was just, by 9th grade, I think, you know, there was the same girl in my class that I liked from middle school, and so it was, but she disappeared off, it was weird, she disappeared throughout high school. But yeah, I don't know, just so many different people. When you enter high school, you have to remember that it's not the same as middle school, because you're with the same people for 3 years, and then you go to a different school, and then it's a whole bunch of middle schools together. And so that's when I realized it was so different to enter high school, because there were so many different people that I never seen before from like different schools around the county. So I'm used to seeing someone from a particular school, and then let's say I go to high school, and there's just so many different people that you see, and it's like, wow, you know. And so after a while, I don't know, it was almost like my mind was wandering in like 9th grade. I was just looking for somebody to attach onto. There was this one girl, I don't know, she was a bit more quiet, I have to say. But I say until about this past year with 11th grade, it's just something, I think I just started to gradually see more of her, and so I was starting to get pretty attracted to her, I guess. But by 10th grade, she was in the same class as I was, and so she was in the same class as I was, and so basically it was like, whoa, nice, and we were changing seats, and I was like, you know, I was doing some crazy like stuff, hoping that she would be like sitting right next to me, because I was like, man, you know, I really want to sit next to her. I was super happy. So the rest of that year, the only thing I ever talked to her about was really just working together. But I was just almost obsessed with the idea. I was starting to get obsessed with the idea, like, man, what if she likes me? So I was really looking for that. I was really hoping for that, you know. And I think that's a lot of things we all hope for, especially when we have someone that we, you know, look at in a romantic point of view. We look for certain qualities in somebody. We look for cues, any type of cues. Because I was like, man, you know, maybe I'm the only guy that's really hoping to see some, you know, really hoping for a girl. But, you know, you look online, it's like the same exact symptoms. It helps having online, because you realize you're not alone. You know, you go online, you're like, man, there's other guys that are doing the same thing. They really want, you know, they're hoping for some sort of sign, some sort of evidence to see that they're really, you know, there's really a girl out there looking for them. Well, basically throughout the year, you know, we were working together. We had a really nice group in that class, and I was just hoping like there would be something there, you know. And I don't know, I was picking up cues. It was just my anxiety, but I thought she liked me or something like that. It's kind of missed opportunity, especially to, and then by 11th grade, I was like, man, I'm gonna put the moves. You know, this year is gonna be awesome year, and it was an awesome year. 11th grade year was awesome. First semester, second semester, especially like at lunch, it's like, man, she's sitting by herself. Maybe I can say something. Maybe I can finally gain the confidence that I need. It's just, especially when you like somebody, it seems like everything draws you in that sense of attraction, that mindset. You're like, man, everything about this girl is like, wow. but in reality it's kind of your mind playing tricks on you, to be honest, because you oversee so many different things. I'm watching like TV shows online, and it's like when you're in that mindset, you don't care about anything else. And so I realized, you know, I'm just going to give up on this. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to focus on my school career. I'm not going to be distracted anymore, you know. And so after that, you know, I was still looking, my mind was like, wow, I don't know, that's one of my compulsions, I think, I have to be able to be mindful of, is looking at people. Even it's been an interesting journey for school. You know, it keeps your mind off stuff, right? From a lot of missed opportunities. I don't think I regret it though, because I don't want to regret anything. I don't want to regret the past. I want to move forward, but be right now, and you have to move on. You can't stay stuck in that kind of being depressed. But it's been an interesting journey throughout school. Who knows what 12th grade year will entail, and it's been fun in telling this. I love seeing the personal experience things, because it's always fun to, you know, just laugh and look back. So even though it's dark, I really wanted to tell this story because I thought it was fun, you know. So this is Alex Hughes signing off. My personal experience with crushes. Thank you for watching.